Hello, it's Chris Hines from Wealthy. I hope you're all doing well. Today I just wanted to run through an area that we have our eye on at the moment to the west of Sydney, and an area which is called Melrose Park. Now, for those of you that aren't familiar with Sydney and where it's located, it's this mark that you can see on my map now. In fact, it's where I've just laid that ping. So this parcel of land here is in fact where the development is located, but this region itself is known as Melrose Park. There's a lot of exciting opportunities popping up in the area. There's a massive master plan project which I won't go too in depth about today, but that is the project that we are currently working on, and it occupies this entire parcel of land here between Wharf Road on the right hand side of my screen where my mouse is now, and then Hughes Avenue, so all the way down to the river, and that'll be activating that entire precinct. It's a master plan project that's it's taken, you could say, about 15 years of planning to get to where it is, and it's a partnership between Pace and Sekisui House. So a lot of exciting things to look forward to in the area. There's a substantial amount of investment that we're seeing in infrastructure to improve connectivity to the area as well. So I think that's a fantastic bonus. We'll dive into the population numbers today as well, and give you a good idea of how they're tracking and what the projections look like for the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years as well. We'll run through the vacancy rate and average rents for the area, given that rents are going to be a more important, you could say, factor of picking these investments as we move forward. We're going to see rents increase over the next 12 to 24 months quite substantially, I believe. So this is something that we definitely need to consider when we're looking at our investments. We will run through one of the most exciting infrastructure projects that is going to add a lot of value to the area as well, and if you've got any questions come to the end of this video, please feel free to reach out to myself or the team, and we're all more than happy to have a chat with each and every one of you. Now, to start off with, we're going to look at the area itself. So as I mentioned, Melrose Park is located in this pocket here. In terms of connectivity into Sydney CBD, so into Sydney, New South Wales, you're looking at about a 52-minute commute on the bus. There are some quicker ways of getting into the city, which I'll show you in a second, but you're looking at about 52 minutes into the central CBD if you were to take the route that it's suggested here. In terms of driving, you're looking at about 26 minutes. Now, the alternative way to get into Sydney, which is a time affordable way of doing it, you could say, is to drive or walk or get the bus down to West Ryde. Now, West Ryde has the train station, and if we were to go from West Ryde into the CBD, you're looking at about You're looking at about a 35-minute commute on the bus from West Ryde. So it's almost halving that that time that you're looking at from a commutability standpoint. In terms of the site to West Ryde, if we were to go, Melrose Park to West Ryde, you'd be looking at about a 7-minute journey on the bus, down to West Ryde, and then from West Ryde you'd be looking at about 35 minutes. So it brings it down to looking at about 45 minutes to get into the CBD of Sydney. So it's within a commutable distance. I think given the way in which the pandemic shaped the environment and the way in which we work now, the need to be in the office has slightly changed, I suppose, but at least you have that option and the commutability to get into central CBD of Sydney. Now, looking at, or given its location and its proximity to Parramatta as well, I think that's an important thing to look at. The second CBD of Sydney, if you were to get on the public transport from Melrose Park, you are looking at about a 20-minute commute on the bus. In terms of driving, you're looking at about a 9-minute drive into the CBD of Parramatta. I will discuss some ways that they're going to make that more accessible later on through this video, but as it stands, you're looking at about a 9-minute drive and about a 20-minute bus journey to the CBD. So still within a very commutable distance to both CBDs, which makes it an attractive option if you're working in both Sydney and you're looking to, you could say, find a more affordable option or somewhere slightly more affordable to live. You can move to this new development and still be within a commutable distance to the CBD, or both CBDs, in fact. So that's something to consider. Another thing that we want to look at as well is access to to amenity, we do have just remove this. We do have a Woolworths and some restaurants, some cafes, and some amenities down the road as well. So down at West Ryde, you've got the Woolworths West Ryde as well, which is a large shopping centre itself. So you've got your shopping precinct, just about a 7-minute commute if you were to get on a bus down the road. You're looking at about a 25-minute walk to Woolworths. If you've got a car, even better, you're looking at 5 to 7 minutes to get down the road to the Woolworths. Then, of course, we've also got the DFO, which is located across the Parramatta River, and you're looking at about a 10-minute commute to get to the DFO. Not even a commute, you're looking at a 10-minute journey if you want to get down to the DFO, which is located where my mouse is now. And then in terms of connectivity to hospitals, you've got the the Ryde Hospital, which is about an 8-minute drive away from the site itself. And you've also got the Concord Repatriation General Hospital, which is also about a 10-minute drive away, 11-minute drive away. So everything that you need is within a close proximity. The other great thing about this project is the fact that this development in Melrose Park is part of a master plan project, and they're looking to activate and create a community within the development itself. So there will be retail, there will be shops, cafes, restaurants, bars, somewhere that you can go and get your groceries as well, and you'll have everything you need within the development itself. So that's another fantastic thing to consider when you're looking at Melrose Park. Now, we'll run through the population numbers quickly. So as it sits on the corner of Ermington and Melrose Park, it's kind of, you could say, split down the middle of both areas. We're looking at the Ermington and Melrose Park numbers. So Melrose Park is forecasted to grow from 3,960 in people in 2016 to 16,535 people by 2041. Average household size rising from 2.91 to 2.91 by 2041. So I wouldn't call that a rise. I'd say that's very much the same as what it stands at the moment. But if you look at this chart down the bottom, where average household size is, you can see that over the next 5 and 10 years, you're going to see an increase in the average household size. It really looks like it's going to stay around that 2.9 to 2.97 average household size mark. As I've mentioned in previous videos, if you've listened to any of the other ones that I've pushed out, when we're looking at the average household size, if that is falling or it's staying, you'd say, around where it's currently sitting, then we need to look at the growth in the number of households. And as you can see from the number of households in the region, which is what is marked now, that is growing at quite a phenomenal rate. So 2016, you're looking at 3,714 households in the area, 2021, 4,998, and then it begins to jump quite substantially. So given that the average household size is, you could say, staying around where it's currently situated, it's good to see that the number of households are set to increase over the next 10, 20, and 15 years as well. Now, looking at the population, so population in 2021, 15,041 people in the area. As you can see, that's tracking in the right direction, increasing to 21,799 in 2026, 31,025 by 2031. 39,991 by 2036 and 46,631 by 2041. So that is all tracking in the right direction. Dwellings increasing as well. Households heading in the right direction. Change in population is growing substantially. And as you can see, we're going to, once the completion of a lot of these developments that are happening in the Melrose Park area, and given the infrastructure that we're seeing popping up in the area as well, we're going to see an influx of people moving to Melrose Park. So that was the first thing that I wanted to run through quickly. The second part was talking about the vacancy rate. Now, the vacancy rate in Melrose Park is very, very low. Currently sits at 1.61% in terms of your current vacancy rate. As you can see, there's not a lot of stock on the market. Rental stock available as it stands is currently 8 properties. Now, as I mentioned earlier on in this video, as it sits on the border of both Melrose Park and Ermington, it's important to look at both of those areas as a whole. As you can see, for Ermington, you're looking at a 1.77% vacancy rate. Current number of properties available for rent are 62. These population figures appear to not be updated, but as it stood when these numbers were taken, it's at 10,739, and 35% of that population currently rent in the area. So that gives you a bit of an understanding of the rental demand for the area, how rents have been tracking. Now, I wanted to talk about the Parramatta Light Rail Stage 2 as well. So, as you can see from this article, which was posted below, this is the latest news from January 2022, and it's an opportunity for people to have a say on the Parramatta Light Rail Stage 2 development. As you can see, the New South Wales Government has committed $50 million to continuing planning and development works for Parramatta Light Rail Stage 2, and Transport for New South Wales is seeking community feedback on social impacts of the project. Proposed to connect Parramatta Light Rail Stage 1 and Parramatta Central Business District to Ermington, Melrose Park, Wentworth Park and Sydney Olympic Park. Stage 2 is planned to have 10 to 12 stops over a 10 kilometres two-way track, and it's going to make travel times around 30 minutes from Sydney Olympic Park to Camellia and the Parramatta CBD, and the project would also deliver new and improved walking and cycling links along the rail corridor. So that will add substantial value to Melrose Park. This development itself is going to make connectivity to Parramatta, Sydney Olympic Park and the surrounding areas substantially better. So I think that this project is something to keep an eye on. But as you can see, the yellow line is the Stage 2, which is proposed, and that's going to go straight through the development, in fact. So that'll add a lot of value to the Melrose Park development. Now, this was posted by Pace, who are the developers for this project that we are currently working on. And as you can see, it's a major urban renewal project, 6 kilometres from Parramatta CBD in the geographical heart of Sydney. Now, Melrose Park is a joint venture project with Sekisui House Australia, will be a highly connected, one of the major precincts to achieve the 30-minute city status. That means that you'll be within 30 minutes to key employment areas, education and other key services, including recreational and community facilities. A $6 billion project covering 30 hectares will include almost 6,000 new apartments, a town centre, retail village, community amenity and significant parklands. Melrose Park will create 10,000 jobs in construction and create more than 1,500 permanent jobs as well. New and expanded transport links are planned, including free shuttle buses to train and ferry services, a rapid metro bus service to Parramatta CBD and Sydney CBD, a Parramatta light rail stop connecting to West Metro Rail, and it's also Melrose Park will be Parramatta's first smart city, an urban renewal that will be both efficient and responsive to new community needs. So a lot to look forward to with this development. It looks absolutely fantastic. Now, I hope that's given you a nice little understanding of the area itself, what's happening in that pocket of Sydney at the moment. Fantastic opportunity for people looking to move out of central Sydney CBD, still be within a commutable distance. There's a lot happening to improve the transport links to both Parramatta CBD and Sydney CBD. Population figures are tracking in the right direction. The vacancy rate from a rental perspective is extremely low. I think it makes a fantastic opportunity. It's in a fantastic location. You've got accessibility to, of course, both your Sydney and your Parramatta CBDs, as mentioned, and it's somewhere that we've got our eye on at the moment. We see a lot of opportunity in the Sydney and Melbourne market. But if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out, give me a call, reach out to the team in Sydney, and we're all more than happy to have a chat with each and every one of you. Thank you for listening and have a fantastic week. Thank you.